So this
It
Lulzbot,
wasn't.
where'd you get it from? How old is it?
I got it, I want to say in September 2017, and at that point, I believe it was like a year old. But I got it from a 14-year-old that had modded it to run with 1.75 millimeter.
Okay.
And it ran perfectly for like probably 2 years that way. And then I don't know what happened, but I took it to my guys that usually fix my Prusa printers, and they said that it was a fire hazard, and then they're surprised it hadn't caught on fire, and so they returned it to stock allegedly. I mean, I've had problems with it ever since. So it was printing one thing reliably, so I just kept it printing that one thing. But now when I try to start it, it just kind of slams and starts making all these grindy noises, so I stopped using it.
Right. So, sorry, I didn't hear you. Kind of cut out for a second there.
Which part?
Just the very last sentence.
Oh, so it just started making grinding noises, and I turned it off and stopped using it, but because I don't have a tech guy that's familiar with Lulzbot, but I would like to get it back up running again. I've been printing a lot of PPE and stuff, extenders and shields, and this one would be a beast if I can get it back running. The crucials are small.
Right. So it presently has original Lulzbot parts on it that it had before. Is that what you're saying?
The tool head has been returned to stock, and allegedly they put the wiring back to stock, but the bed, I think, is aftermarket. I got it off Amazon. Give me 1 minute, though. My computer's about to die. I'm going to grab my charger.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So you want me to start it up so you can see what's wrong with it?
Can we see it? Could you see? Can I see the head? I just want to make sure, right? So that has the. So have you? Yeah, that I think that's. Wait, scroll down. I want to see where those wires go into. I want to look at where those wires go into. Can you go down? Can you move the view down?
Can I find again with the phone? Devices connected?
I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry, you didn't come through there.
If I connect my phone as well, so I can see it closer.
Yeah.
Into the chat.
Yeah, sure. You can join the phone in the Zoom meeting.
Okay. Is that better?
That's much better, yeah. So this is the Lulzbot original hot end, right? Can I see what came off of it? Do you have that?
Oh, I don't even know what I did with it. Let me check. Yeah, I don't know what I did with that.
It's not that important. It's not that important. So basically, the original user had replaced the hot end with a different hot end and an extruder and all of that, so that it would run this other filament. And then they went and modified their slicer settings. How are you preparing your files presently? With Simplify 3D or with what?
No, it's Cura Lulzbot.
What is it called?
The Lulzbot version of Cura.
The Lulzbot version of Cura. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're using that slicing software.
Yeah.
And that's what you were. Wait, that's not what you were using when it was modified, is it?
No, they had. I was still using Cura, just regular Cura though, but they had modified it. A Marlin firmware that the boy had contacted them, and they adjusted it for whatever he had done to it. So it was something modded. He told me not to use the Cura Lulzbot, just use regular Cura. And that worked for like a year, 2 years.
Okay, sure. So now when it it's like, does it not home correctly? Let's home the machine, see if it homes correctly. Do you know the order that the axes are supposed to home on this machine is? So it's going to go, it's going to click, huh? Stop. And then it's going to.
It wasn't doing that before. I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm sorry. I'm not hearing you.
It wasn't doing that before, that grinding. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that. No.
It wasn't doing.
It was a grinding. So
Yeah.
basically when, so I'm here, is this what happened? It went all the way to the left, and then it when it clicked on the left, it started the grinding. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Sure. So basically what's going on here is you have a failure to strike a limit switch. So basically when you home your machine, it goes all the way to the one side, and then all the way to the other side, and then the bed.
It's just not doing anything.
Yeah. It's not, so let's go ahead and move the head away from that limit switch. It's off, right? Is the machine off? Right. Whatever. So
no,
we're going to, so now we're going to do home, but instead of waiting for it to travel across, I just want you to click the limit switch button with your own finger to see if that will stop it, if it recognizes that it's being struck. Okay.
Hear that?
Okay. So actually that sounds like it's not able to go in the other axis. Maybe it did click correctly. Did the bed move at all during that process?
No.
It was supposed to. Let's find, so the bed, it also has a limit switch that it strikes when it homes properly. So we need to look for that real quick. Find that little switch.
I think that something back here might have gotten caught, but I checked it and everything looks intact.
Okay.
So,
do we know where the limit switch is for the bed motion?
no, I don't see one back there.
Maybe it's in the front. Maybe it's not in the back. I'm not as familiar as I could be with this particular model, but it's at one of the ends, huh?
I don't see it on the front.
Go ahead and turn the machine completely off. And then just by hand slide the bed around and kind of look around underneath it all around. You can move the bed around by hand now that the machine is off.
Went down too low.
So what we're observing here is a homing process that first homes the X all the way to the left, and then the Y all the way to whichever direction that is on that. And then on the Z, the third axis homes, it goes down. So we just saw it home the X correctly. It went all the way to the lower, clicked, but it did not do anything with the Y. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here. And
I am suspecting that this is the problem. This looks like the limit switch that is supposed to be there.
Yeah, where'd you find that?
Underneath the bed.
Okay, so that fell off of somewhere, and now the bed moving in the way that it moves to trigger the limit switch is no longer able to trigger that switch. That little lever needs to go back on the switch component to allow this all to work correctly. So now, yeah, that makes it that makes it harder for you to find the limit switch because it doesn't have the characteristic tab on it. But
I think it goes right there.
is that so, right?
There. Here. I'm pretty sure that's where it was supposed to be. But I don't remember. I never do. Ah!
Yeah, don't lose that little thing.
I just dropped it.
I'm going to look up to see if I can find a picture of this. This is Taz. I don't know.
4.
Taz 4. Got it.
Okay, well, it's gone forever now. Yeah, so I guess we found the problem.
Yeah. I'm looking at a picture of a Taz. See if I can find the limit switch here for you. Huh. It's not very, this is like a pretty picture. This doesn't show everything. This is like a picture for sales. But here's a side view. Perhaps this is helpful. Damn, that's a small picture. It's not really helpful. So we're looking for the Y limit switch.
Found it. Okay, that's special. But would this be something that I could replace just with another one of these, or does that whole clip need to be replaced?
No, that clip can just clip back into the limit switch properly. You don't have to replace anything. If you find it, you can just see how look at the little metal tab itself. You see how it has little 2 like teeth at one end?
Yeah.
So basically you pinch those teeth together and that will allow it to sit back in the little, and then you unpinch the teeth and it sits in there.
Oh.
Where is the Y limit switch? I'm just going to go to YouTube and watch one home.
I got one side back in. Oh, there it goes.
Did you find it?
Back in there. Yes.
You found the limit switch? Excellent. Can you show me where it is just for my reference? Is your phone still joined? I've muted it. You don't have to worry about it echoing.
Okay. Is it working again? Hold on.
There you go. Yeah, back there. That's exactly right. Right? Is that?
I stuck it back on right there.
And the switch.
Oh, now I found that.
Heck yeah. Bang. All right. So now go ahead and back into the, turn it on and then get into the menu and do the auto home procedure again. And now it should properly home without doing any of that banging.
Cross my fingers.
It's cool. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, sorry. It just stuttered for a second, the video. So click, right? And then the bed move and it click. All right. And then that thing moved down and it also click. There you go.
They're not expected to work.
That's it. You're done.
I very much appreciate you.
Sure, no problem. We keep an eye out for that thing, obviously, right? And make sure it doesn't fall off. And you know, what are you printing? What's going on?
For this one, pre-COVID, I just print gels.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty much all I print with this machine because it does them faster. My pre-ship makes them like 12 hours.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Since COVID started, this one's been down for a stupid limit switch, but I've been printing extenders and shields.
Mm-hmm.
Been printing a lot of these.
Heck yeah.
So it's just, yeah, just shield. I'm sure you've seen
Mm-hmm.
them.
I'm doing a
So,
version of that. It's not
got
the
a couple
same
of different-
file, but yeah, I'm doing a version of that
Yeah.
as well.
I've got a couple of different ones trying to figure out like which one works better, and a lot of these. Like a lot of people want these.
Oh, heck yeah.
So,
I've got 4 of those that I do in an hour on this old Flash Forge from 2017.
Oh, yeah?
Someone donated to me.
so here's a completed one. But this
Heck yeah.
one, I've been doing this one for the medical professionals just because it has that splash
Top.
shield over it for regular folks
Yeah.
that
Very
are still
nice.
frontline but not like working with COVID. It's just a flat one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty much that's what I've been doing.
Well, sweet. Well, glad I could help you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sure. You're very welcome. Have a good day. Okay. Bye-bye.